Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Valley of the Old Farm. Last night I nearly misspoke. Well, I did misspeak, and basically we were on Emerald Coast, and I said I was on Rathline. So I had to take a little pause and make sure that I said the right map this time. But we are definitely on the Valley of the Old Farm. Just about done with our big field of sunflowers. And then we're going to move on over to our other field of sunflowers, which is a little bit smaller than the this field. If we manage to get that done, then we're gonna switch over to corn. So all 4 of our fields are ready to harvest today. Already dumped about 30,000 liters of sunflowers into our silo. Looks like we're going to get about maybe 40,000 liters, 39,000 liters of sunflowers. Here and turn this guy off. So, I'm sure everyone has heard the latest news. Big blockbuster, Lone Oak, has been released. Came out earlier today. Is all over the YouTubes. I was eager to get harvesting today because we've got a sunflower header here on the harvester, and this header is pretty slick. Look at it. It's got all kinds of animations. You see the little cutter bar down there, animated. Got the auger that's animated. Let's see here. Let me put this up. Cutter bar. It's hard to see, but the cutter bar is automated. Chains, and you can see the cylinders and everything move. Pretty cool. Very, very detailed. Goes back. Alright. Hey Brandon, what's up? I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well. Go ahead on over here. Turn it on. Let's head on down here. Might have ourselves a special guest in here soon, helping us out. Just got added to the server. I don't know if if you haven't seen this harvester before, we got all kinds of animations. The shaker table at the bottom. We got belts and pulleys over there. Oh, look here. Here he comes. Here comes our special guest. Oh, well, that's cool. Thanks for watching those back catalogs. Hey, Riley. What's up? Lock that in. See if he's in voice chat. Oh, we got into a harvester. Wrong harvester. Yeah, I was watching that earlier too myself. It seems like if you're interested in being in a virtual log jam of traffic going in and out of the event delivery area, then you'll enjoy it. But other than that, I think multiplayer is definitely to be avoided if you're going to be trying to run missions for the event. If you're going to run multiplayer and not be in the event, I think you'll have clear roads to drive. Need to do a couple headland passes down here. We can just go up and down. I made a couple runs today on the event. I had to go all the way across country to get a job. ATS is having some, well, I call it the Big Dig, but it's called something else. Sir something. But it basically relates to when the California highway was buried in a big mudslide that resulted in all kinds of dirt and rocks and stuff taken out to clear the road. So they're doing a big event where you run 15 runs to either bring big equipment into that area, or you haul out rocks and other junk out of the area. And if you do 15 runs, you'll get a custom skin and some other things, I think. If collectively as a community they do 500,000 runs, then you'll get a different skin if you participated. So you could earn up to two skins, I guess, and some other things. It's a windy, narrow road right along the coastline of California. When I was running it in single player, I ended up just well, let's just say I was pretending I was running a road race, and I basically cut all the corners, hit all the apexes. I went from corner to corner, kept the foot in it. I'll run into that tree. If I get the graphics card in tomorrow in a reasonable time, I am probably going to try to do some maybe some ATS streaming tomorrow. I had tried it with this graphics card, and I was never happy with the results. So we will try it out tomorrow if I get that new card. Hey Kyle, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Hey, what's up? Oh, won't let you in it? Because it's not your property? You want me to tell you how to steal it? Yeah. Just say, actually it is my property. And then when you're done with it, switch it back. Yes, I suspect nearly everybody is playing on Lone Oak right now. Now, you know, probably the the mod that came out that is going to be vastly overshadowed by Lone Oak was the Farming Classics mod, which was the conversion of the DLC from what, FS17 or something? I got sunflowers and corn, so does he have a corn header? See me up here at fields 41, 2, 3, and 4. Hey Perrin, what's up? I've downloaded it. I haven't looked at it yet. Hey Haggard Farms, what's up? Thanks for coming by. Did you have yourself a good day of farming? Hey, this trailer is just absolutely... Alright, here we go. Locked in. It's locked in and go. Oh, okay. I thought DoughBoy was going to be on tonight.
He said he was expecting to be on like 15 minutes.
Uh-oh. Hope you didn't have to park it out in the field. Or out wherever you were. You were able to get it back to the shop. So we've had a pretty good cold snap here on the Valley of the Old Farm. I saw the air temp was colder than the ground temp. See what our forecast looks like. Oh my goodness, we got rain. Rain tomorrow, rain on Sunday. It's telling me to work and try to get these fields in. Hey Darren, what's up? No, I'm not dumping Emerald Coast for the new map. I have made a commitment to Emerald Coast. That is a commitment which I'm going to keep. And the fact that pretty much everybody else and their sister's cousin is going to be finding some way of shifting maps as soon as possible. That the act of not shifting maps will maybe make my channel stand out. It will be like, oh, this guy's not doing Lone Oak. I'll watch him because he's doing something different. Now, really, the plan was to play this map for 4 years. We're in the second year, autumn of our second year. We were then planning on jumping to Oregon Streams, Oregon Creek, whatever that Oregon map was. But instead, we are going to jump to Lone Oak after 4 game years. So I will be on Lone Oak, just in a multiplayer economy gameplay once this server switches over after 4 game years. Got 2 more game years to go. We're going to switch over. Where's he at? Oh, he's almost here. Oh, you've almost got it over here. Good thing I told you what header to grab before you got over here. Well, you know, not really. It wasn't that big of an overclock. I went from 60 to 66.
Yeah, honestly,
I did go ahead and take it out of what was it? What mode was it in? One where it puts. Yeah, I took it out of surround mode and just left it 3 standalones. I only needed it in surround mode when I was racing, and I'm not doing that anymore. So, to some degree, this will make it a more simple setup. Yeah, that would be nice. But it would kill my graphics card. Kill the 960. Yeah, it won't take long before Lone Oak is just oversaturated. Let's just there and fill up. That's fine. That little baby harvester. See my beast coming up beside you. I'll tell him he scratched his harvester. It is a little baby. Mine's cheaper.
He'd give me a good deal on this, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would. Probably charge you $10,000 more than it's worth if he sold it at the store.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just GPS this and just fire it off. Square the field up and move on. Now, when I did take it out of surround, I seriously think the colors are more vibrant now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I immediately jumped back in ATS, fired it up, and I was like, whoa, the sunset is extremely vibrant. And, I don't know. I don't know if folks... It shouldn't look any different in the stream, but it just looked... Everything just looked more vibrant on the displays. If it's because it would, things were kind of just reset when I went to custom or what. They must have set you up as your own farm if you couldn't get into his stuff.
Yes, they did. They gave me 2.5 to move in, and I got my eyes on some land, and
Yep, your
see what
farm,
happens.
farm
Yeah.
8, DoughBoy's farm 7.
He must have been late to the party too, then, eh?
Yeah, he came in halfway through summer. The way it played out is I was invited into the server right before, not right before, basically as they were recruiting players, and we initially started on some Italia map, the Italia something, and it was pretty cool and everything, but we got to autumn, and some of the guys' fields never had any growth beyond like the first stage all summer long. So we basically canned that one and then shifted over here to this one. And when we came over here to this one, one of the guys that was on the Italia map kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I mean, he never said he was leaving, that he wasn't going to do it anymore. He just kind of was no longer able to be contacted. So, partway into about the time I guess we got nearly done spring, they asked me if I knew anybody that would be interested in joining the server and doing this type of gameplay. And yeah, I knew that DoughBoy was bummed about the Clover Creek map that we were going to do that just didn't work out. And he didn't really want to do the Germantown map that we switched over to, so I knew he was kind of bummed. So I was like, oh yeah, I got somebody that might be interested. So I asked DoughBoy about it, and he'll say I talked him into it. I talked him into it by basically offering it to him. Said, hey, there's this server that they're looking for somebody on. So he came in partway through first summer, that point he couldn't plant anything, so he pretty much just had to assume the pig farm. He assumed some fields that were already planted. They really weren't everything he needed. They kind of had a rough first year where he had to buy grain from everybody, buying some pig food.
I heard he had himself a little piggy incident too.
He did. He lost, I don't know, about 100 pigs.
Yeah.
He had a pig massacre.
Oh dear.
But that was because they were running at like 2 times speed or something. And he was at a scenario where it was like a week and he couldn't get on the server. And basically his pigs completely ran out of food. And
You didn't take care of him.
died off. Well, I tried to, but I couldn't figure out how to get his tractor out of the park. Because he uses the gearbox. And I wasn't going to turn the gearbox off on his tractor. So I was like, well, I had all good intentions to help you out, buddy, but, you know, I couldn't figure out how to make your tractor move, so. -1 for the gearbox. So, yeah, so we all agreed on the server to basically let him file an insurance claim. The bank paid him. The bank basically gave everybody $400,000, I think, to be fair, so that he had 400 grand extra to buy the 100 pigs back. With the he still hasn't bought them back, but the stipulation is that he needed to wait until he had enough food to feed them all, so that they didn't die off again. So we all kind of got a little bank injection of cash. But yeah, this is a fun type of gameplay where you know, seriously, you got to manage your money and think about your purchases. And if you do have animals, you have to think about, well, what do I need in order to care for them so I can make sure that they're cared for. And if it means buying grain in, I mean, I sold DoughBoy all my corn the first year. I could have sold it for more at the market, but he needed corn, so I just sold him all my corn. I've got 3 grass fields. I don't have any grass equipment, so I've just leased the fields out. I basically have a contract that says, you come and mow and tend and bale my grass. You can have 80% of the money you make, and I get 20%. And my only cost is fertilizing the fields, and somebody else gets the grass. Of course, one of those grass fields I got because I had to save DoughBoy's tail end.
Oh.
We do a field auction to get fields, and he made a bid on a field and didn't know how the field auction was working. So he basically bid on a field that he had no way of paying for. So he was talking about it on stream. I said, you know, it would be awful if someone would outbid you, wouldn't it? He said, yeah, that would be awful, wouldn't it? So I went in there and I outbid him by $1,000. I said, there you go. Maybe if you want to outbid one of my fields, that would be cool. So I bought a $500,000 field, and I think he bought a $30,000.
That's a bit of a difference
It is, but in the end, I'll be able to sell that field off and keep all the money and move it to the next server. What James has talked about doing is, when we're done, we're going to sell everything off. Then he's going to basically give us the money that we would have into our fields, and then that's the amount of money that we're going to bring into next map.
Yeah.
So we're all going to bring in different amounts of money into the next map based on how profitable we were in this map's endeavor.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to be bailing again. Well, you know, I don't know if it's going to be as hot where you are as where we are, but they're calling for the 90s. A 90 degree and plus this weekend. After you factor in humidity, it's probably going to be like, you know, close to 100. You started out with $2.5 million. Have to buy up your fields and your stuff. Of course, there's nothing to plant now.
Yeah, I've got my eye on 3 fields, and
Hopefully they got crop on them.
actually, I haven't looked to see if they have crop on them, but I guess I'm thinking more long term. But I'm thinking I'll probably be slow through the winter.
Somebody runs the sawmill, and he's got lumber contracts out, forestry contracts.
I've heard of those new forestry contracts. I suppose that could be another.
Cut yourself down 10 trees that are marked to a specific length, deliver them to a sawmill, the area marked for deliveries, post in the spreadsheet that the task has been completed, and the sawmill owner will go in and pay you 20 grand for it. You even got an auto load trailer to use. The BGA has corn to chop, chaff to level, and then once that's fermented, it'll have chaff or silage to sell. Get paid to. You could get paid to forage. You could get paid to haul the chaff. You could get paid to level it and compact it. Get paid then to sell it. There's definitely ways of making money other than just being on your own farm, doing your own stuff. Trying to get a couple bucks for helping me out here. That'll also mean that maybe when maybe tomorrow night, if DoughBoy's on and it's not wet crop, then I'll be free to go there and help him. Oh my gosh, 100 degrees. I remember those days. I remember those days of being out in the field, 100-degree weather. My wife or the kids now, we'll go outside and like, oh man, it's hot. I was like, okay, that's your one opportunity. Tell me how hot you are. I don't want to hear any more about it. You say you're hot. Are you imagining that no one else is hot? We're all hot. We don't need to be reminded how hot we are. I was just staring at our harvester. There's Genetic J. That's the one we should be asking Darren if he's gonna ditch Hermund Eck for Lone Oak. Hey Richard, what's up? From the land down under and over and across, eh? Hit R to unload. It's manual unload. This is an advanced server. Yeah, we got drive control, we got gearbox, we got MR, got yeah. You know, it's old dog, new tricks.
Old dog, awesome.
Not really. Sorry. I don't feel like being frustrated more than not frustrated at gameplay. So with even big square bills, it's you have to worry about, you have to get out of the tractor a lot, or I mean, I'm assuming that's what you're meaning by round bailing. You don't have to get out very much. Hey, Aussie Medic. What's up, bud? Let's see how full this is.
Gets frustrated at gearbox, but not MR.
R is frustrating. Wait till we get into that corner, you see how slow you go. Last year I was harvesting corn and we went maybe 2 miles an hour. Alright, I'm coming up, but there's a couple rows of sunflowers yet. You can come down and grab those. Then I'll need to grab the trailer and unload it so we can then empty. Then we'll dive into that corn. Well, you know, Aussie, I was hearing about it from Duck. And feel for you, and I wish you the absolute best, buddy. Gotta be very hard. What happens in 2 weeks?
I presume we're moving right over to field 43.
Yep.
I might have pressed the wrong button.
Okay.
No problem. They want the green wheels.
Yeah, if you buy fields that already have crop in them, especially if they're ready to harvest, then that's like it's like free money right quick.
Yeah.
There we go. Man, this 30,000 liters of soybeans or sunflowers is awful heavy. Oh, we gotta close and reopen it. That should work. Yep. And this thing unloads lickety split. Only gonna get 3?
Yeah, I figured we start with that tier 1. They're pretty big fields.
Okay.
I'm just a little farmer.
So other folks got 6. Now Aiden's got 3.
I don't like to be greedy.
We got more than 6 now because we bought fields during auctions.
I'm just looking at 3 that are clumped together. I don't feel like driving all over the place. I do have my eye on one more, though I'm not sure on the forestry farmer would feel like that.
There we go. Oh, church camp. Seriously does look like a baby harvester compared to this thing. What's funny is in the shop, that's $45,000. Mine's $43,000.
The ironic thing is if you compare it to many other harvesters, both of them compete.
You want to start on that? I gotta switch heads. I gotta dump that trailer.
You want me to run a couple headlamps on it?
I'll do that. It'll be quicker. Well, you can do some headlands on that end. I'll do some headlands on this end. park this over here. Well, Aussie Medic, we do what we can do. Which honestly isn't much, given the distance and all, but do what we can do. All right, let's get on up here. Cut us a couple rows of corn in. How do we get so tall all of a sudden? There we go. Well, that was interesting. We had some sunflower textures popping up.
I have bad news for you.
What that?
I have a feeling you're about to lose your second harvester.
Oh no.
Also, unlikely to be about to get yelled at.
Oh no.
I feel like your second oh no wasn't as worrisome.
No, because he was late. Late to the dance. Someone might, you know, ask your date out. Sorry. Right? Can't leave little princess sitting there off the table while your date's late to the party.
Note to self, Farmer Klein does not follow a guy code.
Offline now.
Now, is there any really fast trucks and really big hills for post-stream activities on this map?
No. Now there are some big hills.
This much I've noticed.
Fast trucks. I think your best truck you got is the International Transstar. It ain't fast.
That's not saying much.
It is your typical farm truck, that one. What you tell him is that by you helping me, and I'm done faster, so I can go help him. Whereas if we're just harvesting our own fields, we may take twice as long to get both done.
Indeed.
Harvest corn a lot faster now than I would. Where are you at? 7 miles an hour? Yeah, I got you showing 4.2. Extremely convenient for multiplayer because you can see where the other guy's fill level is.
Yeah, I remember you using it big time on my league, especially when you were running the overload, you just know exactly where to go.
Alright, I'll make up and downs on the other side of the field then. Yeah, I get it. Put this. Let's go to auto. And there's the lines. Go. I know all about that. I remember back in the day when I was working on the family farm, and it would, yeah, you can get really ticked off because of everything. Plus, you know, the weather and being hot, all that, none of that really helps. Hey, unload. I gotta empty myself, so I might as well empty you while I'm at it. Now this trailer is from the Modern Classics pack. But you had a chance to mess with it some. This is a beautiful trailer. 30,000 liters. Dolly, quick unload. I will need to move him out of the way.
I personally can't stand dolly trailers, but that's just me.
Yeah, but I don't need this map. There's not much you need to back for, so pull through on most things.
I think in general most European maps were designed for dolly trailers.
Well, yeah, inevitably they have a much tighter turn. Now I did find a GTX led me on to a table lock mod, which basically locks the front steering axle.
Yeah, I heard about this mod.
It makes backing up a little bit easier.
Yeah, I was around on another map I joined in on. I can't remember what map it was. I feel like it was marked on. Maybe on my Delta.
Okay.
I know what map it was. I can't think of the name of it, but it was by LS17.
Stoppenbach.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I can't. Good. All right, he should be louder. Rubber burner should be louder for you guys now. I had to crank the volume up. I do think the colors are more vibrant. I think they're more vibrant on the stream too, which wouldn't have anything to do with the refresh rate or the monitor switching. It would just be as a result of taking out surround.
Yeah. That's all software. That's don't mess with that kind of stuff.
I'm a little curious if it's easier on the card to do 3 1920 by 1080s or one like whatever 1920 times 3 is by 1080, like 56 something. Yeah, that's rubber burner in the background. What's that?
It was definitely harder to do it in surround mode.
Because other than racing, whenever I was in surround mode, I had Farm Sim running windowed on the center screen, and I had OBS running on the right screen, and I had YouTube running on the left screen.
Yeah, I always found when I do Farm Sim, when I did anything that I was live streaming, I would just use one monitor as my gaming monitor. The rest was for Discord and for YouTube and whatnot. But if I played APS by myself, which was when I played surround mode, that was the only game that would, and that was running both my cards, and that's why I would see frame drops. But aside from that, it would run at no problem. So I think it's safe to say surround is harder on everything.
Oh, maybe running surround, I was getting the colors washed out or something. Or they were being not really neutralized, but anomalized or whatever you want to call it.
My lord, you're filling up quick.
I only hold 4,500. You hold a bit more.
I got old by looking at things like 6.5, something like that.
I am harvesting at like 6.5.
6.5 miles an hour, and
Running 4.5 right now.
yeah, and I'm only cutting a 3.3 meter swath.
4 point. So that's this harvester's Achilles heel, as it fills up quick. It's cheap.
Lord DoughBoy,
It's cheap
computer
and
isn't
quick.
working right for him.
I see him in now. He's online. See, 6.2, that's what I can do. Well, we got one more field after this, and it's smaller than this one.
We might just get done before DoughBoy shows up.
and then we can both head down there and be like, hey, we're waiting for you to show up. We've been waiting for you the whole night. Let's get some harvesting done. I got 30 minutes. So is your farm over by, 13 or 15?
I'm taking where DoughBoy used to be for now.
Yeah,
I
it's
do have a new location picked out.
yeah, it's right past the bend of 19. Because that was the guy that kind of left. His name was Wayne. That was Wayne's farm initially, and then that's the farm DoughBoy went into at the start.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's kind of been vacant. It's a pretty nice setup. It's got lots of nice little buildings and everything.
Yeah, I've got another location I'll scoop up once they do the next map update. But I'll chill out there until then.
Yeah, Darren. My sheep weren't getting fed with the grass out of the pasture. They were, the amount in the trough was just steadily dropping. So I dropped the bale in.
I gotta say, cattle on crop definitely beats Ferguson on trailer filling animations.
But I'll need to take it out, and it should work again. But it's like it wasn't filling the trough anymore. I think what's going on is maybe the unit conversion is happening maybe before the graze mod is kicking in, to where if maybe the unit conversion happened later, then it would. So maybe it's just an order in which the scripts are getting executed, called or something. We're racing him. Or am I going to pass you by the time we get to the end of the field?
Yeah, that kind of looks like that.
The next time I'm on Emerald Coast, if I remember, I'll take the graze mod out. But right now, the sheep have more than enough grass and hay. So it'll probably take a couple game days before their feed trough gets down enough to where graze mod would kick in again anyway. I like the idea, and I kind of wish Farm Sim would do that unit conversion. I mean, it asks you your money value. But that question really is just related to it's just related to, you know, what icon it shows for the money. It doesn't actually do any conversion. It's like you should be lucky that that header is even wide enough for the tires.
It really barely is.
Hey! It wouldn't be a week without a computer problem, huh?
I feel like I should probably head back to the correct time.
Get everything resolved?
I thought I did, but I hear you fine, but Rubber Burner is like a robot.
It's because he's in Canada.
Aww.
And how that worked. Yeah, but now I gotta fire everything else up.
I may or may not have run into a tree.
It would be a rubber tree without it.
Well, in my defense, Talon Drops doesn't have collisions on trees yet.
What? Then why are you driving into a tree? Purpose.
Well, Ralph, what way do I need to go there? I'm going the wrong way.
Right,
Are you streaming, Farmer Klein?
Yeah. Alright, I'll send you some money for that not help you did for me on these fields with not DoughBoy's harvester.
I did not harvest 1.07 hectares without DoughBoy's harvester.
Oh, is that what it says?
Yeah.
1 point what?
1.07.
Okay. That'll be helpful. Pull something up here and figure how much I owe this joker.
I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stream, but I'm gonna do it.
Attaboy.
I still gotta take care of something yet tonight.
1,500.
So I gotta fire up American Truck Sim first so that my wheel will work. Duh.
Somebody should be a little richer.
When you get the kind of flow that I got right now, you don't need to pay attention to the bank account.
Okay. If that's how you want to be.
Now, do I need to accept that in multiplayer manager?
No, just get it. The only thing you need to claim are income. Yeah, it depends on you. Well, if you sell something, you got to claim that. If you buy it, it's usually comes out of your money. You'll have to go in and make it so you can drive it.
Yeah.
If you sell crop, you'll have to claim that. It seems to me to sometimes register when I buy fuel, and sometimes it doesn't.
So boy, why don't you have one of those nice fancy 1940 or 1950 registers?
Because I only had so much that I could use.
Mr. Moneybags over there, he can go buy himself one.
Good, but he's got his eye on an old used one that he knows somebody else wants to upgrade. You said you wanted to upgrade. I found out what one of your screen. This would be a decent sale place for you.
Cool. Why is X-Powder not opening up? It's like it wants to install from the start.
Man, I did not think we would get all 4 of these fields harvested tonight. I did do this big field by myself, pretty much off stream. Still, we are chugging through this. Well, I'll have all my fields done tonight, so that means if we don't have wet crop tomorrow night, I could help you guys harvest. How much corn do we have in here? 7,000 liters. Might as well go ahead and unload this.
Oh no.
I gotta step away for just a second.
Alright, because I need you then.
I'll be right back.
So who's got some interesting July 4th plans? Dumping the side? I didn't even know this dumped from the side. Darren is the constant tweaker.
And what exactly do you need, Mr. DoughBoy?
How do I put stuff back into X-Powder?
Do you want to jump over into a private chit-chat for this?
Can. Only yours.
I'll call you. Okay.
All right. Go. We'll fill that up. Let's check our grass field, 86. Did anyone happen to harvest that? Nope. still needs harvested. Make another pass. Round. Remember, now we own field 38 as well as field 65 down there. They both have, I think, wheat growing in, or no, canola. Both have canola growing in them. Still got oilseed radish down on 64. And I've been thinking about putting oilseed radish down on these fields that they are save on fertilizer. Except the act of planting oilseed radish will also put fertilizer in the ground. Got chopped straw down, so that will be fertilized state 1. If I put oilseed radish down and fertilize, that will give it a fertilized state 2. The act of cultivating the oilseed in will give it state 3. But then my corn and soybean planter also fertilize. So that would be then wasting fertilizer. So maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll just fertilize this, cultivate it in, which will get us to stage 2, and then come spring just put in sunflowers and corn, which will put us to stage 3. I had a seeder or planter that didn't fertilize, and the oilseed radish would be a good idea. Lock that in. Wouldn't be a good field if we didn't have one stalk of corn left in the field. Turn this noisemaker off. It's a bit quieter now. Need to find some place to wash my tractor. Go. I'm not sure if that, I'm trying to think about that sunflower header. The sunflower header is wider than this, but I was only harvesting at 4 miles an hour. I'm trying to decide if I think I could harvest those sunflowers faster with this header, going quicker but doing a little narrower working width, or going with the sunflower header, which has an operating speed of 4 miles an hour but is wider than this is. A smart person would be able to figure it out mathematically which would be better. That kind of math is beyond my understanding. Sometimes it's just what feels faster. If it feels faster to do it this way, then you're always going to think it is faster to do it this way. It should be enough passes to start working it this way. Well, welcome back, controller woes.
Always.
Oh, we broke out. It's not turn. We're going to turn auto turn off.
Be a DoughBoy stream if I didn't have issues.
What did you do without me?
I didn't. I cursed you and wanted to call you all the time, and
I appreciate your restraint.
yeah, I literally went nuts. And I reached out to people during live streams, which got me nowhere because when you only have 5 people watching, it didn't really work out so good. I guess I gotta watch it. I forgot Farmer Client's live.
Well, it's, and the setup is fairly unique.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like how many people would have a particular setup that you're running into issues with.
Exactly. Exactly. Pretty much rubber burn.
Completely useless when you have questions about your wheel.
Yep.
I don't have a Logitech.
What do you run from?
I got a Thrustmaster.
500?
No, it's a T150.
Oh, okay.
Had it for a couple years. But, I don't know, FarmSim just recognizes it and it just works. So, when I hear all you folks talk about profilers and this other stuff, it's like, really? I just launched the game and it says, oh, you have a wheel.
I use my profiler for all my button boxes. That's pretty much it.
Well, I mean, Thrustmaster has some software to basically push the buttons, and you see the buttons be pressed on the software, so you know the buttons are working. But it doesn't have any software related. Push this button, it's equivalent to this keystroke or anything.
Yeah, I guess I forgot about the hand for all that's my profiler.
Hey, Movie Guy Gaming, what is up? We are nearly done our harvest. Not expecting to be done anywhere this quick. I was kind of expecting it to take like 2 days to harvest. We'll be in a position to help some other folks out later this weekend.
Would you like me to get started on anything while I'm waiting for you, DoughBoy?
because I don't know what's ready and what's done.
All right, what
Now
fields do
were
you
talking
own?
about sugar beets.
Well, I got 2 fields of sugar beets, and then I've got corn.
17 and 18, are those yours?
I don't know.
No, he's 56, 93, 54, 55, 53, right around there. I don't know, maybe he does have those upper ones. I haven't been here long enough. Don't pay
I
any
got one
attention.
up by Farmer Klein. I got one up there like 36 or something like that, and then my other sugar beet field is right by my farm.
36 is still growing.
So
56,
it's not ready to be topped.
55, and 93 are still growing.
So I don't have anything ready to go then.
17 and 18 are ready.
Or 17 and 18.
Past
17,
the
18, right above.
kind of
the
to town.
I'm still throwing the mods back over.
Yeah, there's soybeans here.
Yeah, they're not mine. Oh, soybeans. I only
Oh,
have corn, which is in 2
no
fields
problem.
right by my farm.
Tell you that's been a rather popular video.
The new field that I just purchased with Nola, and I have 2 fields of soybeans, or 2 fields of beet with one right by my farm, the other one up top. I think it's like 36.
36 is still growing.
So we may not have anything to do. Well, yeah, we do. I got fields that I can plant.
I have fields that I can buy.
I got fields that I can plant. We'll see that.
I used to use that. I used that mod on my first series, Serenity Valley, but I haven't used the. I haven't used that mod since, because as soon as I went into seasons, it didn't make sense, in my mind, to lease a field because of the number of game days that would go by before the thing would be ready.
I hate to say it, but that would actually be the best deployment in our trust. I'm kind of glad that they're not ready to go. I had something pretty important that I wasn't planning on doing tonight. Needed to take care of. But then again, on the flip side of that, I don't really know how much not ready.
Well, it would be ready. Let's see,
6 days.
day 12. Yeah. It'd be ready day 12 or 13, whenever it would transition. Which one is that? 12.
13 would be the transition.
Day 13 would be the first day of late. Yeah. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 13 would be the first day of late summer, or late autumn, which is 5 days from now.
How many days from now you put out?
Today's day 8. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5 days. Today's Friday, so that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday next week. 4th.
Yeah, well, I'm only home for weekend, so I'm not like home all day.
That's the field that I want aren't anywhere even close to being ready. I don't know if they even do.
Oh, so they probably the AI just put crops in them then.
Yeah, like first stage of road flowers.
Yeah.
They probably won't even be harvestable.
That's whatever crops in them. That's the crop you're going to get your first year. Because you can't double crop this geo.
Yeah. So I would just start working these fields.
Or you could buy the field and plow it under and put your own
Yeah,
stuff
that's
in.
what I mean. Yeah, plow it under. Like cultivate or plow. Plow and cultivate.
This map is the Valley of the Old Farm, Tristan.
There was like a marquette to do vehicles, though.
Yeah, it just seems boring without seasons because it's just like, oh, okay, I could plant seed or I could plant or harvest on any day I wanted. What's the purpose in that? What's the yeah, what are you driving towards other than just wash, rinse, and repeat? Did Roy put in BGA contracts? Because there's corn ready to forage cart level. That could be something you can.
I looked at it before I jumped in front and we wasn't able to.
Yes, there is. There's a ton of valley of BGA contracts, harvesting fields, cultivate, harvesting fields, level chaff, transport chaff.
Like one of you could harvest field, let's say field 3, you get $3,100 for that job. Then to cart field 3, you'd get $10 per 1,000 liters of chaff, so you'd have to keep track of your chaff that you carted.
There's a whole nother tab there, isn't there?
Yeah, there's field ownerships, there's contracts, and then there's forestry contracts.
I didn't see that.
You get $10 per 1,000 liters of chaff that you level, compact. Kind of keep track of that too. Of course, the BGA owns all their equipment, so you just go up and use their stuff.
I think I still have a tractor up at James's farm.
The BGA contracts are good money.
Yeah, they are. I do have a tractor at James's farm.
Chat back up. got just a couple more passes, and then we'll be done.
I got plenty of time. I'm not gonna be able to harvest on Thursday.
Okay, I had a question for you guys. I don't have a whole lot left on doing on this now. Any crops that would have help facilitate you? I'm just thinking before I go buy a plant.
Crops that would help with my piggies, actually.
There we go. Yeah, if you know, depending on the size of equipment, the time of a clock that you run, if you do it right, you can pace yourself really good.
What do you mean? Like crops? Are you looking to buy fields with these crops already in them, or?
No, I'm thinking year 3. I'm gonna end up planting crops. What crops would work best for you, or do you even need me to help you?
I don't know that I need you to help me grow crops. If anything, it would, because they just changed the seasons. So I haven't figured out my amount of acres that I own versus how much acres I need planted. I haven't been able to do that yet because they changed it.
Oh, here, I need to send something to you.
So I think I'm probably good, or real close to being good.
If if you were to need something, would it be corn? No.
It would probably be corn,
Okay.
because corn is the majority of what goes into the feed.
Gotcha.
You have a gift.
I have a gift, okay? When I'm done driving, I will go look.
New spreadsheet that's been recalculated to the new pig feeding levels.
Wasn't the other one calculated too? Because I thought I was running the...
Oh, you had both?
Yeah, I had both of them.
Okay.
But thank you. But yeah, I had, because I'm running the development version on all my other maps. This is the only one that I wasn't. For the same reason why you weren't, because we're not technically allowed to share that until Roy got permission. Alright, so that's there. I really don't have anything to do. I've got
Well, that's it.
fields I can plant. They're already
Hot diggity dog, we are done.
already fertilized to that state. Yeah, I've got nothing.
You're welcome to help me plow.
Who likes to plow?
I actually love plowing. Plowing and cultivating are like two of my
Yeah,
favorite.
I do too. It's just I'm looking at what I've got to do yet here, whether or not I'm going to stay on and play. Following my drift.
Oh yeah,
Because like now I don't have to live stream because nothing's there, and it's late to start a live stream anyway for me.
All right,
Oh,
we're gonna park this over here. This will leave our headers over here by this side of the barn. Be out of the way.
it won't be breaking my heart, Eddie, if you don't want to stick around. I got 6 more days of vacation that I'm going to be probably hanging out a majority of it on this thing.
And you and Roy are gonna be fighting on BGA contract.
no,
Oops.
because if it goes too long, I'll hook him up with some planning or harvesting. If Seasons isn't gonna cooperate with me.
Let's do BGA contract.
I do too. I like the extra money, but I haven't been able to.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be hanging around. I'm gonna bail out on this, and I'll probably do something tomorrow. I gotta work tomorrow night, so I'll be doing my morning stream. Shoot. Sunday maybe I hook up with you, Rubber Burner.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go.
10-4.
I'm trying to do
Go
one in
unload
the
and
morning, and then I'm
figure
gonna
out how
try and
much
grab a
corn we
nap
got.
around noon, and then maybe do another one before I leave at night. So
Yeah, that's
see
a
what
good
happens. All right, guys. To all Farmer Clients viewers, have a good one.
All right.
Thanks for supporting my buddy, and to you guys, catch you later.
All right, welcome back, Haggard. We are about closing out for the night. We got everything harvested that we needed to get harvested. Kind of putting stuff away. Kind of see how much crop we got here after we sunload. Swinging this around here. I'm doing pretty good, Fabio. Lag. Cow. Had lag for a while. We still got 41,000 liters of wheat, 48,000 liters of corn, and 61,000 liters of sunflower. Check our pricing. Sunflowers, we are at almost $900 a liter. I think sunflowers are peaking very soon, if not already peaked. Okay. You know what? It might be advisable for us to dump those sunflowers right now. They are going to drop off. Let's do that. Let's not keep them things around long. It's just over 2 trips to the sell point. Let's figure out where we're going to go here. AgroLife. AgroLife at? Not right next to me. Okay. All right. Go make some money. Get out. Here. Flowers. See if we... There's the green beam. Is that direction? Map. Oh, it's way over there. Okay. Maybe she probably thought she wasn't purdy enough for you this late at night. Maybe she already had her hair up in those wrapped up in one of those towel things. Let's cover it up. And go on over. Lone Oak, you think? Alright, Lone Oak is the best map so far. Am I going to do more videos on Lone Oak? Not right now. Not for a while. We're actually planning on switching this server over to Lone Oak after 2 more game years. So we are in autumn of the 2nd year on this server, and we were going to go 4 years and then switch. So the plan is to switch to Lone Oak after 2 more game years on this server. So that's when we'll start doing Lone Oak. I don't have any intentions of doing a single player Lone Oak. I quite frankly don't have the time. So I want to play 1 more year on Rathlin because I want to get 1,000 sheep. And right now we're at 875 sheep. And we are into summer, so we're not going to be getting any more sheep until next spring. We're going to play another game year on Rathlin. Then we pretty much committed to do 10 years on Emerald Coast. And we're still in our 1st year there. So we got plenty to do. Plus everybody else is going to be on it. I have to give Roy a picture graphic so he can make himself a bulletin board.
Yeah, I heard such a thing existed.
Or a billboard.
I've had flags before. I've never had my own bulletin board.
Do I have any more first look? Yeah, I got 162 more first look videos. Just not on Lone Oak. Oh no. Oh man. Uh-oh. Oh. We have the Gumps. Do we have it? Do we have it? Do we have it? Oh, I think we do. I think we do. I think we can. I think we can. I think we can. I think we can. Let's get all out and push. Oh, we did it. Did it. We're over the hump. Hit it. Yeah, they're all of other maps. Going out. I'm going in the exit, but. There. It's me. $6,000. And let's go make some more money. They are, well, they're videos that have been published over the last year and a half. 160 some videos. Yeah. Fairly recently released maps. There's some fairly old maps, but they might be new to you. It's going to come out on Thursday. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cool. On. Got a map scheduled for Tuesday. Then Lone Oak comes out. And I was like, well, let's see here. I've got 3 choices. One, I could bump the map that's scheduled for Tuesday and make it Thursday. Make Newbie Farm for the following Tuesday and put Lone Oak in the Tuesday slot. I could leave the map that's in the Tuesday slot there and put Lone Oak in the next Thursday slot. Or I could just throw Lone Oak out there as a special release and then leave the map in the Tuesday slot, and then do newbie farm for next Thursday. That's the option that I want. Are. One more full train load. Hey, Alien Jim. Made it right here toward the end. We're basically selling some crop we just harvested. And we're going to be heading out. See, Lagerhaus, that's right next to me. I'm not really super familiar with the map still. I'm just going to do that. It's that alien funk. Oh, look at that. We got.
Is there a seed master on the map, or does anybody produce seeds of any sort, or do you just buy it the old-fashioned way?
I'm pretty sure it's the old-fashioned way.
That's going to be expensive for one.
You don't see a seed master in the placeables. There's not one on the map naturally. Alien funk. Those big bags aren't that bad.
It is when you're producing potatoes.
Oh, you're gonna be planting taters.
And the tater man.
There's Lagerhaus, there's the green beam. To hammer down so we can keep up the momentum. Nearly stalled out going up on that other hill. What's the latest with the alien gym going on? Rubber burners. You know, this potato harvester doesn't need a topper.
I actually forgot about that, but whatever. I'm gonna play with one anyways.
Alright. Get a full refund.
I suppose I couldn't. Yeah, but do you just... No, you don't destroy crops. You only just... Yeah.
Uh-oh. Don't run over the lady. Man. 30,000 liters of sunflower seeds is heavy. where we go? Church. Go. Yep. There it is. We'll go in the other way.
Got a question for you, Pharmer-time.
What's that?
If I were to purchase a grass field and mow, cut, bale, produce silage with my bales, how does that work? Do you get full price for it? I'm going the wrong direction.
You make silage bales with seasons. Now, they tanked the price of silage bales at some point. If they tanked it in 1.3.0 or if they tanked it in the dev version, I don't know.
Okay.
Be aware that they tanked it. And it could be in this version that price. They basically did is you could make a silage bale, ferment it, sell it, and you'd get maybe 300 to 350 bucks for it. You took that same grass and fermented it loose. You would get like nearly 4 times that amount loose silage. And the reason they tanked it is because silage bales were a quick and easy and fast moneymaker. And to some degree, I think they were factoring in that in the real world, people don't really sell silage bales for profit like that. If you're going to wrap a silage bale, you're probably going to use it for feed. Sell it for feed. If you're going to sell it for feed, you're not going to be selling it at that huge of a markup.
Yeah.
So silage bales are a little bit more value than hay, but not that much. Almost be just as profitable just to make hay bale, sell them.
Okay.
Trying to pick one of the 3 maps I sort of started to finish. The money doesn't show up because we're using this one. I will take that one back to Agri Life. Won't get much money for it, but we'll get a little bit. The reason is because we're using the MP Management app, which is a tablet app that allows everybody to have their own amount of money, and the app keeps track of basically who owns what property. So, like, if I tried to get into Rubber Burner's tractor, it would say I don't own that property. I can't drive his tractor. If he tried to get into my tractor, it would say that it wasn't his. So when I sell crop, I have to go in and claim that money because the game, whatever reason, it's not keeping track of who actually sold it. It's not keeping track of the player that's closest to the sell point that's getting money. So it just lists the amount of money earned, and that is an interesting way of hauling equipment.
I was hoping you wouldn't see that.
So it lists the amount of money earned, and then
I feel like I'd probably break this.
a player
Or
needs to
drag
go
me
in.
half if I did this in real life.
A player needs to go in and basically claim it and say that that was mine. Now, it leads the potential of if you forget to claim your money and someone else comes in, they could claim it for themselves. But that's where you kind of are expected to be on a server with folks you know and trust. That, you know, if you forget to claim your money, they come in and see it, they're going to recognize and acknowledge that it's not theirs, and they're just going to leave it there. Same happens if I sell equipment. It doesn't know really who sold it, so you have to go in and basically say, that's my money for sold equipment. But interesting enough, it does know who buys equipment. And it takes your money out of your account if you buy something. It's kind of interesting, though. It seems to half work if you buy fuel. It's like sometimes it takes it out of my account and sometimes it doesn't. I just like to go ahead and claim it as soon as I earn it. See, here's where Rubber Burner sold his topper. I could take that money, not. Here's where I earned that harvest, so I'm going to take that. Don't forget to go in here and claim your 9,000 from selling your topper.
Right. Thank you.
So you can see I earned 26,000, 25,000, and 14,000. So I basically earned 50,000 in sunflowers. Here you can see how things are assigned. Basically, the harvesters, all the equipment, how it's assigned. And if we go back to here, here's all the farmers on the map and how much money we have in our bank accounts. So I am at 828,000. All right. Yeah, the MP thing works in single player, although it really isn't. You know, other than you use it, I don't know what benefit it would have for you. Pretty sure I looked, and the best wheat prices are, I think, in the spring, and the corn is better later on. We'll look at the prices when we get back. I'd say for the investment of seed and everything, 50 grand for sunflowers is not that bad of a deal. It's over at the Mod Hub, Giants Mod Hub. MP Management app, MP Manager. Right. On in here. Cover a trailer. Let's park our trailer over here out of the way.
Another question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at
Put
my
off.
cultivator, and the horsepower ratings don't remind me of what they used to be, but I also see they're in quotations MR. So does that mean I need 160 horsepower of an MR tractor to run it?
What cultivator is it?
The Horse Tyranno 4FX.
So, quote MR means that that implement has been MR'd. Well, it's been made more realistic.
Yep.
And it's horsepower, if it's different from what it typically is base game, then that's the horsepower that MR says need. And for under horsepower, you drop that thing in there, you're probably not, probably just spin tire.
Copy that.
Close, then you're probably going to be really good on level ground, but if you get any type of an incline, you're going to choke.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Like I've got, my tractor is got the Vent 900. Got 260 horsepower. I'm using the EC 401. This is a Kuhn Culti plow. 130 horsepower, and it pulls okay, even on a hill. Can get bogged down.
Okay. So you need to be significantly over what it actually calls for then.
Save.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so we're at 40,000, 48,000. So where's that good? It's not that good. Let's look at the seasons. When's a good price for corn? Corn's no good until winter. Price for wheat. Wheat is climbing steadily. So around the same time I want to sell my corn is when I want to sell my wheat. We are done for the night. Well, thank you guys for coming out and watching. You've been a great crowd. We will be doing who knows what tomorrow. I got to decide. Might be trying out something new. So let me pull up Steam and see what I might be trying. I'm going to be trying either a game called Harvest Life, kind of a farm game, kind of an adventure game. Game called Panzer Strategy. It's a World War II fighter tanker thing. Or might be trying out this game called Dungeon Rushers, which is kind of a turn-based dungeon exploring thing. Or I might be on ATS running jobs for the big dig that I call it. Not sure what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. It's going to be one of those 4 things. So next time, guys, happy farming.